This is your boy Rickey Smiley. What's your name?
My name is Mary Turntime. I live here in Indianapolis. I've been here quite a while, but I love listening to his 1 second
Church
in
60 seconds.
Hallelujah.
With Pastor Fred. So you wait on that every morning.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's been good.
Better know it.
First Church of Deliverance in Chicago, Mass Choir.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm so glad we kept this song alive because I love it, Pastor Haynes. That's one of my favorites there.
It's one of my favorites, too. Well, you got me shouting this morning.
Yes, sir. I know you got a good word.
Oh, thank you, Rick. I love how he begins the song talking about have you taken the time to count your blessings? And I think it's important in life that we learn how to count. As a matter of fact, any of y'all who think you can play dominoes, you know that you can't really succeed in dominoes unless you know how to count. And this song talks about not counting bones, but counting your blessings. And when you count your blessings, you'll discover God has been sure enough good. I like that because when I think about counting blessings, I've discovered that in the equation of any situation, God can even use negatives to end up with you experiencing something positive. I like that right there because every now and then life can be negative and nightmarish. Life can land you in a spot where you find yourself hurting and feeling helpless. That's negative, but watch this. In the equation of your situation, God can take negatives and somehow everything ends up positive because God is good and God has been good. Here it is in algebra, for example. If you take a -9 and then you multiply it by a -8, it comes out to positive 72. I can't explain it except to let you know that God can take negatives and through those negatives, life ends up positive because God is good like that. God is so good that sometimes God can use the bad that you are going through as transportation to get you to a good place that you never would have gotten to had you not been through the bad situation. Some of you can testify what the writer says when he says all things work together for good to those who love God and are called according to God's purposes. You can testify with Joseph, who told his brothers, y'all meant it for evil, but God intended it for good because God can take negatives to get you to a positive place. I look back over my life and I think about so many things that went wrong, and yet in spite of them going wrong, I ended up in the right place because God's goodness got in the midst of what was bad and somehow got me to something that was real good. So go ahead, count your blessings. And when you count your blessings, you'll discover that God is good. God has been good. God is going to be good. God is all good. So go ahead, take the time, count your blessings, and you'll discover God's been good.
Hey, Pastor Haynes.
Yes, sir.
You know, they stopped letting my great-grandmama review the Sunday school lesson, and mine started going bad because she was up there trying to convince the congregation that Joseph Brothers was Jesus' uncle, and she had said that's not the Joseph that we was talking about. I just politely started letting somebody else review the Sunday school lesson. Pastor Haynes just brought up such a touching memory. She's going to heaven now, Pastor Haynes, but...
Oh, God, help.
Ladies and gentlemen, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist
Jesus.
Church, Dallas, Texas. Pastor Haynes, let everybody know how you can be reached.
Okay, you can follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at FH Unscripted. I'm on Facebook, Frederick D. Haynes, and I'm on. I have a YouTube channel, Frederick Haynes, and we're praying for Rickey Smiley. Don't talk about your grandmother like that.
Please. Love you, Pastor Haynes.
Love you, Ricky.
Yes, sir.
News headlines,
entertainment,
sports.
It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The time right now is 12 minutes 12 minutes after the hour, y'all. This segment is being brought to you by Protect My Car. That's right, you can stop paying for car repairs and get protected before your rent repair bill hits. Dial 800-594-7160. That's 800 on your mobile phone now. 800-594-7160. Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and happy, beautiful Wednesday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcel, here with a quick look at your front page news. So President Joe Biden was busy at work yesterday. He announced that he's ordering enough vaccine doses to get every American vaccinated against the coronavirus by the end of the summer. Now, Biden does admit that the plan might be difficult, but he told states to start expecting to see more vaccines shipped out over the next 3 weeks. Also, Biden made it a tough phone call yesterday to Russia's leader, Vladimir Putin, where the two talked about Russia's interference with the election, Russia's bounties placed on American troops, and a nuclear treaty that is set to expire next week. Plus, Biden signed several executive orders yesterday that aim to address racial inequities in housing and prison and provide protection for Native and Asian Americans. Now, in other news, and no surprise here, nearly all Republican senators voted in favor for not holding a trial to impeach President Trump.
But the black man that broke in the Capitol still locked up. I mean,
that part.
Yeah. And it's crazy, Eva, because.
So you talking about the black guy that was a part of the riot?
Yeah. He's still, everybody else bonded up. He's still in the big dummy. He had a bit following them in the first place. But the thing about it is, Republicans, man, we just in a different world now. And Jason Johnson, I think that's his name, said it really good on MSNBC last night. You know, they just clearly wrong. They're clearly racist. They always have been. Donald Trump didn't do nothing but bring it out. And the Republican Party is shrinking. And, you know, and they wrong. They should impeach him where he can't run again. But the problem for them is if he runs again in 4 years, he's going to kill any of them, Mark Rubio and all of those guys, a chance to win the Republican nomination or whatever.
Absolutely.
Because he runs the party. He runs the party.
Absolutely.
Period.
And last but not least, a big congratulations goes out to 22-year-old poet Amanda Gorman. She's the gorgeous young lady who recited that poem at the inauguration. Well, her book is at the top of Amazon's bestseller list. That's right. She is #1. And she just signed a deal with the amazing modeling agency IMG. So shout out to Amanda Gorman out here doing big things.
Is that a big modeling agency, Eva?
IMG is huge, baby. It's New York Models, Ford, and IMG. Those are the ones. Yes, sir. So she's doing big things right there. All right, that was a quick look at your headline news. For more, just log on to the Rickey Smiley Morningshow.com. Rock T, what's happening in sports?
Well, hate to say it, man, we got a little sad news. Sekou Smith, longtime NBA reporter and TV analyst, died yesterday after a battle with COVID-19. He was 48, a native of Grand Rapids, Michigan. He went to Jackson State University, another one of our great HBCUs. He was one of those reporters that all players and coaches loved. So rest in heaven, Sekou. He was a staple in the NBA TV community. Little feel-good story right here, man. Shout out to Coach Mike Boynton, a head coach for the Oklahoma State men's basketball team. And big ups to D. Mitchell. Who is D. Mitchell? He's a young brother who nearly gave up on his dream of playing college basketball after his mom lost her job due to COVID-19 and the pandemic. As a full-time student, he started working 40 hours a week at Walmart, 15 hours of classes, plus he had to get up at 6 a.m. every day for basketball workouts. He's a junior at Oklahoma State. He walked on the team, so he's not on scholarship until now. Coach Mike Boynton and Oklahoma State University awarded him with a full basketball scholarship. They surprised him while he was at work at Walmart. The big lesson, man, is perseverance and the power of dreaming big is real. And you can actually, see this feel-good story at Roxy Holla on my social media Instagram page, man. Get your tissue ready because it's a great story. What up there, Gary?
All right, y'all. Everybody's excited talking about the year 2021, y'all. That's the year we're in right now. In particular, y'all, for African-American men, y'all. They're saying that the African-American man is changing his way, and we're going to start off with two of them that everybody's excited about. First, y'all, Floyd Mayweather. Have y'all seen Floyd Mayweather lately? Oh, baby, they talking about Floyd Mayweather. He is growing hair. He got hair now, y'all. They're saying that Floyd Mayweather said 2021 was going to be the year for him and his hair. Some people are saying, y'all, that he is growing nice, thick hair on his head at his age. And they're saying, while everybody is going great in these hard times, Floyd Mayweather got
Deion Sanders.
Well, Deion Sanders, yeah, his hair come and go too. They talking about his hair as well too. But also, they also talking about, y'all know rapper Plies. Have y'all seen Plies?
No.
Yes, that's
Plies took them teeth out.
Oh, took the gold
My
out.
dentist
Yeah, he
did
took. Huh?
My dentist, Dr. Austin, she's the same one that did Cardi B and Busta Rhymes and DJ Khaled. She finally did Plies' teeth.
Yes, baby. They say, honey, it's 2021 and Plies was tied all that armor off, so he took those gold teeth out,
God.
and he is looking amazing. So
we want everybody else to take theirs on out.
Yes,
while we at it, all of our aunties, we want to shout out to all of our aunties. And got that little one open face side gold tee. Shout out to Liberty City. Shout out to South Dallas.
Ricky, you not getting your too? You not getting your 2021 teeth?
No, not no gold one. I'm going to get a grill like Offset, but
yeah, so congratulations to these men. This is a good look, honey. So it's another rapper took his teeth out, too. I can't remember his name right now. But that's the new thing now. They say they're taking them out, and everybody want to have beautiful pearly veneers. So there you have it. All right, the color today is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is violet. On the high end, you say violet, and on the low end, you say purple.
Throwing that little low-key shade.
You heard it.
I go on.
Said that he got quiet on. Boy, you said that boy got quiet on here. Hello?
Guilty shall speak.
Hello?
Brad, what you got?
Coming up next in the hot spot, I got the story of the Trey Songz and the police fight. I'm going to tell you all about it up next. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, the front page news is being brought to you by Toyota. That's right, man. Live the Sienna life in the all-new Toyota Sienna with upgraded style and available features like the 20-inch wheels. Toyota, let's go places.
Hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and
Next hot spot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, it is the bottom of the hour. It is time for the hot spot. It is, what's the day? Wednesday. Brett, what's up?
What's up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brett Tat, and this is the hot spot, where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into this thing. According to TMZ, a new video shared by Kansas City police appears to show what looks like Trey Songz hitting the cop first during his altercation with the Kansas City police. In the clip, you can see Trey being approached by security on 3 different occasions. Later, the KCPC officer approached Trey and tried to escort him out of the section, but Trey Songz does leave the road, but not before swinging or shoving the cop, and then the fight ensued. So reportedly, Trey landed the punch at the cop's head and put him in a headlock, and then security and off-duty sheriff deputies arrived for backup, and Trey was arrested. He was booked for trespassing, resisting arrest, both misdemeanors, and for assaulting a police officer. So, Lord have mercy. We just need to try to woosah and don't swing at the police, man.
At all.
They ain't gonna do nothing but make it bad for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know really what happened. We don't know the story.
A Republican state where they got a racist senator?
Oh, Lord.
Come on, man. Don't do
I
it.
mean, but doesn't it give him street cred now that he hit a cop?
No.
Yeah, he don't have to sing R&B no more, that's for sure.
No.
Man. All right, y'all, moving on. During the interview with ESPN2, Jalen and Jacoby, Timbaland revealed that Drake personally contacted him and told him that he wanted to see Usher and Justin Timberlake do a versus battle. He said, it's so funny. Drake hit me up about it, too. He said, we got to make that happen. I'm like, soon to come, Drake, soon to come. So we may see Usher and Justin Timberlake. What y'all think about that?
I see, man. Usher and Chris Brown.
Yeah,
Usher and who?
Chris Brown.
Usher and Chris Brown to do a, wow.
They need to just do songs, do it together, like not like it's a battle, because they got so many hits, and then you don't know who got more than the other one. And I think that sometimes causes a problem. It will be 3 hours long.
They got that many hits?
Man, they do between Usher and Chris Brown. He's been making them since he started.
Yeah, they need to do a part 1, part 2.
Okay, do something different this time. And last last but not least, y'all, Tory Lanez. He is asking the judge for permission to publicly speak on his felony assault case involving Megan Thee Stallion. According to TMZ, in a new court filing, the singer said that his inability to publicly defend himself might allow people to believe Megan's side of the story without hearing his side. He also added in the court doc that it's unfair that Megan is able to publicly speak on the altercation that occurred between them last August when Megan was shot in the foot. Well, Tory also claimed in his docs that Megan falsely implied that he and his team were behind the incorrect claims that she dropped the case against him, adding that further slandered his character. It is also being reported that Tory mentioned that there was evidence disproving Megan's side of the story, but that he couldn't speak on it to defend himself because of the judge's order mandating his silence. He's also worried that by staying silent, it will appear as though he concedes to the claim of her story. So that's a hard one. Either they both can talk or either they both need to be quiet. That's my opinion. And then we just see it play out in court. It's just...
I'm about tired of it.
I'm about tired of it too, Lord. I just want whatever's going to happen. Let the truth come out, and whatever happens, and everybody move on with their lives and be happy. All right, y'all, that's going to wrap up the hot spot. Coming up next, we got Rock T's HBC. You know. And in the meantime, in between time, y'all hit us up with them wake-up calls at 1-866-9-RICKEY. That's 8669-RICKEY. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
We got the one and only Dr. MJ Collier on with us this morning. Dr. Collier, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey Smiley. We here with your coronavirus update, and we're up to 425,000 deaths at this point. But good news, we have distributed now 27 million doses of the vaccine, and about 25 million people have received at least the first dose. Now, that sounds impressive, but that's only 6% of the United States population, and only 1% have gotten both doses and are fully immunized. And those second doses were just happening in the last few days. So, as you saw, the president and vice president got their second doses, as well as the former vice president, Mike Pence. So we're now up to a pace. Biden wanted to do 1 million a day. We're at 1.27 million, almost 25% higher rate. So that's good. But at this scale, Ricky, the vaccines are protecting the recipients. So people that have gotten the vaccine are protected, but it's not doing much for the general population. The country will not start to gain the effects of herd immunity until 60% of the population has been vaccinated or survived the infection. Now, that's a statistic that I've been quoting for the past 3 weeks. I said you got to also take into account people with natural immunity. Not everybody is going to need the vaccine for us to obtain herd immunity. So that's one of the benefits of having so many infections. And the cases are going down slightly. I think this is a natural response to the post-holiday surge. After the holidays, we had a boost, and now we're coming back down. But 2,000-3,000 deaths a day is still too high. That's where we are right now. So the World Health Organization said that women that are pregnant should not get the Moderna vaccine. No reason for that. They have no scientific data. They just decided that since we don't have data in pregnant women, that they're not recommending that pregnant women get it. They're also suggesting that they did confirm that it is effective against the two variants that are out there, the United Kingdom variant and the Brazilian variant, the South African variant. But they said they might add a third shot to improve the immunity from that. So now we're talking about 3-shot regimens for that particular virus to help fight the variants. They are also working on a totally different vaccine that's directly targeting those new variants that we're doing there.
Man, all right, we're going to go to the phones because somebody just texted me and asked me when Great Value was coming out with their vaccine, whatever. So we're not going to take that call, sir. Great Value don't have no vaccine. Let's go to the phone. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. You on with Dr. MJ Collier. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. I wanted to know, is there a difference between the Moderna and the Pfizer? Because I was told that the medication is different.
They're both mRNA vaccines. They're slightly different variants of pretty much the same technology, and that is why it's being utilized around the world, that you could use either or in your 2-shot regimen. That there's been no scientific studies that have shown that. There's no reason the companies would give up their patents and technologies to allow that to happen. But basically, because it has been happening, they're seeing that it's effective in doing so. So there are minor differences, but they're both variations of the same type of medication, just different brands.
Right. All right, you're on with Dr. MJ Collier. Good morning.
I want to know if Hank Aaron taking the Moderna vaccine had anything to do with his untimely death.
Okay, that is a question that everybody is asking. At this point, they're saying that the two things are unrelated. Hank was in his 80s. I think he was 86. Plus, he had a variety of comorbid health conditions. So they think it was just, kind of coincidence, for lack of a better way of putting it. They have had no direct results from him receiving the vaccine that resulted in his untimely demise. So we miss Hank, but we don't think it was due to the coronavirus vaccine.
All right, Dr. Carly, let everybody know how you can be reached.
I can be reached on all social media at AskAskDrMJ. Go to my YouTube channel, Ask Dr. MJ, and go to my website, lipodrops.com, to find out how to boost your immunity. These are the opinions of Dr. MJ Collier, not those of Rickey Smiley, the Rickey Smiley Morning Show host or staff, or the Rickey Smiley Morning Show radio affiliates across the country and around the world.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 5 minutes after the hour, y'all. The same is being brought to you by Bank of America. Cash reward. Credit card earn 3% cash back on online shopping for all the essentials in your life. Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation. All right, y'all. Hey, what up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Women all over the country, y'all, are talking about this story now. It's being reported that a popular African-American cheerleader, y'all, they're saying that she allegedly may be linked to Halle Berry. They say she may be related.
What?
She was kicked off of a cheerleading team, Ricky, in Kansas City. Now, they're saying, y'all, that MTV learned, y'all, that this woman, she's a former cheerleader. She claimed that she was dismissed, y'all, after refusing to take off her bonnet during cheer practice. Now, they're saying the woman believes that she's being discriminated against because she's black. Now, her name is Taylor Jefferson, and they're saying that she wore her bonnet to practice, y'all, to prevent from hitting a teammate in the face with her almost 3-foot-long box braids. And they're saying, y'all, that she said that, once she refused to remove it, they say the coach berated her, honey, in a racist rant. And then she got kicked off. She was then kicked out of practice, y'all, and ultimately removed from the team. Isn't that sad? Brad, even y'all wear box braids and bonnets. Is that a thing that people do?
You better stop. No, I do not wear a bonnet.
Oh, you don't wear a bonnet?
No, and if I did, you would know because bonnets are to be worn at night. It's like floss. You don't see people floss their teeth because you do that at home. That's not to be outside. So even if someone does, I have a bonnet here, but you would never see it.
Right.
Eva, I appreciate Eva.
It's to sleep in.
Brad and
yes,
Eva.
Sir.
I really appreciate y'all. You don't understand. I'm sure every decent man just heard what y'all said. Y'all should get an NAACP Image Award for saying, and we ain't judging nobody, but I thank you for saying that you don't do that. Thank you.
No. It's not for
the
airport.
My God, if you go to Jackson Hartsfield Airport.
Say it, Brett.
No.
You go to concourse A, B, C, D, E, or the international concourse.
Yes,
you will see bonnets all.
My mama told me, Ricky. My mom said bonnets and do-rags are to preserve your hair at night for when you go outside. So at the point in which you open the front door, all of that should have been preserved.
I stopped a young man that had a do-rag coming on in my house. I said, well, what's the purpose of you? What are you trying? Are you trying to get waves to go back home? Are you trying to get waves in your hair to go back home to go to sleep? Or you want to take your do-rag out before you come in the house? Which one? Because you can't sit up in my house and no do-rag. We don't do do-rag. I do not let young. You know what else we don't do either? I never let my sons walk around the house with no shirt on because you got teenage girls in the house, and I never allow. I'm not saying do what you want to do, but you're not gonna walk around with a wife beater on either. Now, if they got Chicago Bulls on it or the Cleveland Cavaliers, that's fine. But you're not gonna have on no wife beater and outside shooting basketball. Go put you on a NBA or a T-shirt with some sleeves.
You better raise these kids, Ricky.
I just don't like it. I just don't like it. It rubbed me the wrong way. I grew up seeing that, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it when I was living in the middle of it. So I'm like, no, we ain't doing that. It ain't nothing wrong with having class.
Well, let's pray for all these people. I thought bonnets
say that again.
Kind of, I didn't
Nothing
know.
wrong with having class.
Well, let me get to the next story, y'all. This is very touching, y'all. Now, let's see what y'all think about this, honey. Our colleague, y'all, Erica Campbell, honey, She is speaking to pastors, y'all. Erica said, y'all, that you should pastors should rethink liking pictures of ladies in sexy bikinis, especially when you're married. Now, they're saying Erica Campbell has a message for pastors about their behavior on social media. Now, they're saying that the Grammy-winning gospel singer posted on her Instagram, she wrote, "Hey, preachers and pastors, you should rethink liking the pictures of ladies in sexy bikinis, especially when you're married." She said, even when the caption is deep and spiritual, you shouldn't double tap. She said, this is the first time that she shared a thought. She said, honey, also, she said, you can't sow horse seeds and reap marriage benefits. She said, your brain and body don't switch like that. She said, you got to prepare your mind for marriage because it's ministry.
It is ministry, but boy, when them damn pictures be coming through there, you be, the devil be hitting that like button. They don't beat me. That was the devil. That was Satan hitting that like button when that big old booty came across the screen. Because you want them to come to church where they could be delivered, and that's why you hit the like button when she come in your inbox where you can set up an appointment for her to come and join the church and give her life over to the Lord.
But this is my thing, Ricky. Do we hold pastors to a different standard as if they're not humans and have the same kind of issues that we have?
Yeah, I don't think I want no pastor that ain't gonna hit a like button if that big old booty come across the screen.
Oh my God. But preachers, if they preaching gospel stuff and stuff that's you're sinning and all that, they shouldn't be able to do that. Even though I had a pastor that always say, "Don't do as I do as I say the Lord say do."
That's right.
Okay.
And that's what he told. He said, "Don't pull a toothpick out of my eye when you got a plank in yours."
A whole plank, God, a plank.
With some salmon on it.
Some salmon on a plank.
Salmon on a plank, baby.
Yes, Brad, I know what you're talking about. The color today, y'all, is one of my favorite colors. My color today is violet, honey. On the high end, you say violet. And on the low end, you say beautiful purple. That's your color for today.
All right, y'all, give it up to Gary with the T. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show 22 minutes after the hour. 7 East Coast.
Wake up.
Come on.
It's time to get yourself together. Cause he woke you up this morning, slid you in your house shoes, so it would be better. Wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show, wanna know where you calling from, so come on and tell us and just wake up.
Yeah, this is Demorne Sterling from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I want to wake up my wife, Chanchella Greenwood. Wake up.
This is Mr. Richmond from VA. I want to wake up the moon and stars of my life, the Jinko LLC Empire, and wake up, Richmond, VA.
Hi, this is Betty from South Carolina. I'm calling everyone in Warrensville Heights, Ohio to wake up.
This is Ruby D from the Big C. A wake-up call for my kids, Stacy Gates, Tyshawn Gates, and Mike Key. And Gary with the T. Wake up.
Come on. Hey.
We gon' let them know. Miami, wake up. Seattle, wake up. And Detroit, wake up. Come on, wake up. St. Louis, wake up. New Orleans, wake up. And Memphis, wake up. Wake up. Yeah. Boom, boom. Do-do-do. Hey. Boom, boom. Do-do-do. Boom, boom.
Miss Bernie Jenkins.
What about your friends? Are they gonna be around? You know who won't let you down? Jesus.
Yes.
Jesus will never leave you or forsake you. Yes. But what about your friends? With their low down, dirty, rotten, low down, snake in the grass scoundrels.
Lord.
That's what they is. They scoundrels.
Yes.
But what about if the song says, what about your friend?
Uh-huh.
But the other song said, what a friend we have in Jesus.
Yes.
What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and grief to bear.
Wow.
What a privilege to discourage. Take it to the Lord in prayer. But the devil saying, what about my friends? Are you gonna be? That ain't the one you can say. What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sin and grief to bear. You know, Mother Alice Hanks done fell out with Mother Williams after sitting next to each other on the second pew.
No.
They every Sunday since 1998, Mother Williams had left a voice message on Alice's phone last week by mistake and said everybody at the church be sniggling about how Alice's 3-year-old grandson be looking like Bishop T.D. Jakes in the face. And she heard it.
Lord have mercy.
Janie, you know Sister Pat Ross. You're not related to her, is you? Yeah, Janie's Sister Pat Ross said she's divorcing her husband Cedric because he done been passed around this church more than the offering plate. She ain't trying to work it out because he ain't had nan job since 2015. And she ain't trying to be with no dude that's broke, cheating, and had a glove box full of gas station pills, them rhino pills in his car, talking about he take them for his nervous condition. He's nervous about getting caught.
Ooh, amen.
Oh, Lord.
Condolences, and prayers for the family of Deacon Ozell Clinton. You know him, Janie?
Yeah.
They're going to have his funeral Saturday. He was 87, and he had been head of the men's department for the last 26 years, and he was actually in excellent health for his age. Except he was legally blind.
Yeah.
And he met his tragic death when he was attacked, bending down to pick up a small coyote in his yard and thought it was his cat. And it bit his whole face off. And so this will definitely be a closed casket funeral. So please enjoy the pictures the family have provided on the Facebook page. And if they do open the casket, it will only be the bottom part. Because his face is gone, but you can see where he had walked a good walk. That concludes our church announcement, Jane. I'll call you tomorrow. All right.
Still jamming. Black Tony, what's up? Today Wednesday, bro. We in the middle of the week. You're not coming to work. What's up?
Sorry, they're going to be a struggle right here.
What?
It's hard for me to talk right now, sorry.
What you mean it's hard for you to talk?
I'm sorry. I really want to come to work today. I want to come to work today, but it's gonna be a struggle right now, sorry.
What do you mean?
All I could do, you can send me an email. That's all you can do.
But what?
I can't come to work. I gotta go to the dentist.
You gotta go to the dentist for what?
Do I got dental coverage on my insurance?
What?
Do I got dental coverage on my insurance?
No, you gotta work X amount of days in order to get the insurance.
Sorry, because what happened was I had went sleep last night drunk. The blood was out in your blood finger.
Yeah.
I fell asleep with blood finger in my mouth, and now my tongue stuck in my mouth.
Your tongue stuck to your mouth from eating what, a Butterfinger?
Yeah. I went to sleep and I ain't threw it up.
How your tongue, Ronti, what is...
Maybe the peanut butter that's in the Butterfinger got stuck to the roof of my
Ain't
mouth.
no peanut butter in a Butterfinger.
Yeah, my
peanut butter is inside of a Reese's.
Butterfinger, ugly ass boy. Oh, they got peanut butter in little ugly ass.
No, it's peanut butter tasting. That ain't no real peanut butter. It's in a Butterfinger.
I don't know what it is. My tongue stuck in my damn mouth, so I can't talk. My phone work, I can't even talk.
Yeah, that ain't. I don't know. I ain't never
I'm
known.
waiting for dinner. I'm waiting for dinner over this. I can go in there. I didn't even know do I got.
So basically, you need to take the rest of the day off.
Yo, I can't talk. I can't come to work like you.
All right, so you coming tomorrow?
Yeah, I get a damn Butterfinger out my mouth.
What do you say, Rock?
If he can get that Butterfinger out of his mouth.
You shouldn't have no Butterfinger. So the Butterfinger's still in your mouth.
Yo, I went to sleep drunk and it's stuck in there.
Oh, man. But I
I'm drinking hot water trying to melt it down.
Hold it! Half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Rihanna, honey, she's back in the news, y'all. Everybody's talking about Rihanna and her lingerie line that she's been promoting lately. Savage, is it Savage X Fenty or is it Savage 10 Fenty? Do anybody know that?
It's Savage Fenty.
Savage Fenty, what's the X for?
That's just like putting it together.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
It's Savage Fenty.
Yeah,
Savage by Fenty.
Savage by Fenty. All right, then. Well, honey, this girl been out promoting, and everybody's saying the lingerie line is beautiful. People are saying that the Barbadian singer, honey, looks amazing in it. But a few people just have one thing to say.
What?
They're saying, y'all, that honey, Rihanna shouldn't be promoting because they say her butt is flat.
Yeah, little booties matter.
Good.
Look good to me.
Little booties matter.
Really? They matter what they say,
Ricky.
Little
I don't know who they is.
booties matter.
They
Well,
too.
baby. Well,
Little
people on
booties
Twitter
matter.
was critical, honey, of her body, and they threw shade. They are saying, honey, that her butt looked flat. They're terming it, y'all, Rihanna flat butt. They say, which actually was trending on social media the other day, y'all. So,
Everybody don't like no big booty.
but they say she need a butt like Coco, honey. Ice T's
No, you
wife.
don't.
They say, well, I'm telling you,
Why?
people say because they say that's what said. Look at all the women, Eve. Look at all the women going out there buying butts now, and so because they want big butts.
Look
This is
at
what
'em.
African American men are telling them they should have. Then they don't want them after they get them. But that's what's happening. I mean,
Well, Rihanna is a billionaire, and she's an African American woman with not a huge butt, and she's been doing very well for herself. So obviously,
nobody
like
complaining
Ricky
about
said, little butts matter.
It does. Sitting up there making love with a big booty, and then
Plumpy.
you making love to her, and you damn near upside down. You getting lightheaded.
Ricky.
Your feet higher than your head, 'cause her ass big.
You on your toes.
Just like laying on a beanbag on your stomach.
well, Jesus.
I
Moving
don't
on.
have that problem.
Oh,
I
you
know
don't
you
have that
don't,
problem,
Brad.
Brad? Oh, no, you don't.
Well, Brad, I
Absolutely
know we
not.
seen after you put them pictures out 2 summers ago.
There you go.
You dragging it her way.
There you go.
Can y'all
when
wear
them booties had that
TNT?
little thing that hold the air conditioner up in the church window? Golly.
All right.
Brackets.
All right. Moving on, y'all. Another celebrity news, y'all. Boosie Badass, y'all. He is upset, honey. He's very upset, y'all, that rapper C-Murder did not receive clemency, y'all, from Trump, y'all, when he left the White House. He's saying, y'all, quote, I was expecting him to get a pardon because before anybody, he said, if his name was Donald Trump on Donald Trump's death, he said, I feel that he should have got a pardon. He said, because he'd been in the pen for over 20 years. He said he definitely should have let, C-Murder out, but he let all these other people out, and Boosie's upset about it. And I kind of agree. If he said, because the guy's innocent, and we all know, isn't he innocent?
I think he got state charges, Gary, not fed.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, did Boosie not know that?
Apparently not.
Evidently not, because he
We're
mad.
talking about
baby.
Bootsy now.
Okay.
He called him
How much time he spent in the law library?
Joe Biden. Give him bail. Joe Biden.
Well, he ain't got him out yet, y'all. So we're going to keep him lifted up in our prayers. Y'all bless his spirit. And in my final story, y'all, let's pray for Olympic gymnast, y'all, Miss Gabby Douglas. I don't know if y'all heard the wonderful news, but people are saying, honey, this girl had a nose job. They say they was wondering why she looked so different now. They say because she got a nose job, allegedly. Now, they say Gabby is the 2012 Olympic all-around champion, y'all, and the 2015 World all-around silver medal. They say, but, she looked like she didn't have her nose job. Now, they say because her nose looked very different, and some people saying it's more protruding, and they was like, it's not her. But my thing is,
what she want to do.
Yeah, but they say now that she's retired from gender, they say, honey, she underwent that surgery. They say she's barely recognizable, though, Eva. They say people have to take a second look at her. She don't even look the same.
She was already kind of cute, though.
Yeah, but they say, honey, but her nose, she got this new nose. She looks even cuter. So, it's a lot of people getting these new noses done. People getting their nose done, their eyes done, and butt, teeth, and
some people need to get bigger noses because some of them look like they can't breathe.
Exactly.
You ever looked at Mike Pence's nose? He's like a Michael Jackson.
All right, the color today, y'all, is one of my favorites. The color today is violet. On the high end, you say violet. On the lunch, you say beautiful purple. That's your color for today. She looks good, though.
Oh, absolutely. Y'all give it up for Gary with the T. Our next guest is an Emory University School of Medicine professor, where she serves as department's associate vice chair of diversity, equity, and inclusion. She's better known as Grady Doc on Facebook, where she posts videos that break down the ins and outs of everything related to COVID-19 in a language that anybody can understand. Please help me welcome Tuskegee University's own and Meharry Medical College grad, proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Shout out to all the LE bros at Tuskegee, putting in work at Atlanta's Grady Memorial Hospital. Please help me give it up for Dr. Kimberly Manning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are y'all today?
We are good. I almost started singing, "Come on, everybody."
No, you need to sing Ball and Parlay. You know how we do.
You know it. So happy to have you on this morning. I saw your video. I shared it on my Facebook page. And
that's what's up.
I really appreciate you breaking it down the way you did. So here's a question. All right, you posted a video describing how the vaccine works in the body, kind of like building a house where the DNA is the floor plan, blueprint, and the RNA is like the contractor that tells the cells what to do. Can you share that with us and explain that?
That made me excited that you paid attention. So very good, very good.
Yes.
Okay, so really, your DNA is like your blueprint, and like you said, the mRNA, which is what the technology for the vaccines that we have available are made from mRNA, and that is like a contractor. So what happens is just a little snippet of mRNA that tells your body only to make this one part of the COVID virus, this one specific part called the spike protein. Have you ever seen the picture of the COVID virus?
Yes.
And it has that thing that looks like Bantu knots on the outside of it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So those are the spike proteins, and that's what really gets into your cell and gets you sick. So the mRNA technology, we have a way to get that into your cell. It's wrapped in like this lipid blanket so that it can get through your cell. Once it gets in the cell, the mRNA tells your body to make some of those spike proteins, not the whole virus, but make some of those spike proteins. And then your body's immune system recognizes that as foreign and creates an immune response and a memory, right? So then what ends up happening is that once you have this memory, once you are presented or you get actual COVID virus, your body sees the COVID virus similar to how it saw those spike proteins, and it attacks it and gets rid of it. And I'm sure what people are wondering also, Ricky, is, hey, well, wait a minute, you got these spike things in me now. Where they go? What happens to them? I'm just going to have them, right? So an important thing to know is the reason why we take the mRNA vaccines and make them so cold is because they have to stay stable at a certain temperature. Once it's introduced into your body and the contractor comes in and does its job, actually what happens is that mRNA, it's not stable at that temperature, and it denatures or kind of like goes away. It basically dissolves. So not only do you get the directions to your body for you to make this spike protein that then you develop an immune response to, you aren't left with this byproduct kind of hanging out. The only byproduct you have is the one you want, which is this memory, right? This memory where you got your antibodies hanging out in the cut, you got your T cells waiting on watch, like your line system, like your meanest line system. So when somebody come rolling up on you, and by somebody, I mean COVID.
Right.
Right? That COVID come up in your face talking like, you know, they didn't try to talk to your man on the yard, right? Then you got your antibodies and your T cells that are like, yo, that's you remember that person, you remember that person,
right.
And they just bum rush. So
that's a great way to explain it, Dr. Kimberly. That's a great way to explain it. Now, what I want to know.
Hold on, Brett. Listen, I know she got to do a television interview, but can we book you to come back anytime this week? I don't care what day. I will move a guest around.
Please.
I need you to come back and break that down.
So much.
Like right on the radio. Yeah, well, we can talk about that. Yeah,
hey, you know how the bras is. You know how the bras is.
I know, right? I know. You know, that's some HBCU stuff right there. Like, let me hang on
You're savage.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up Tuskegee University's own Dr. Kimberly Manikin. Thank you so much, Doc.
Yes.
Women and everyday super moms, we got a little something for you. It's Eva's Corner on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Oh, man, it's about that time. Eva got something for you this Wednesday morning. Boy, I'm telling you, Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everybody. And welcome to Eva's Corner, where I talk about all things womanhood, motherhood, and the juiciness in between. And Ricky, today it is juicy. I am upset and I need some clarity. So I was sitting around with some of my girlfriends the other day and we were just talking. One of my friends is currently pregnant. And she is like, I am done with kids. This is one and done. I'm not having any more. So she's looking into getting her tubes tied. And so I was just listening to her talk, sipping my wine. And she was saying, you know, she's looking into getting her tubes tied, but it might be easier for her husband just to get a vasectomy because she wouldn't have to get permission. So she kept on talking. But you ever get stuck on that one thing someone just said? I said, permission? So, what do you have to
say that again. Go back again.
My girlfriend was telling me that she doesn't want to have any more kids and she wants to get sterilized. And so she was trying to decide if it should be her or her husband. But since it's easier for her husband just to go in and get a vasectomy versus her needing to get permission, she thinks she's just going to try to convince her husband. So I stopped her mid-sentence and I said, exactly, Ricky.
Permission for what, Eva?
Ricky, so not until 12 years ago did it become actual law in a lot of states that allow women to sign solely to get their tubes tied. But right now, in this day, in 2021, 18 states still allow their healthcare providers to refuse sterilization services without the consent of your spouse. So which means a woman, Eva, could not just walk into my OB and say, I want to get my tubes tied. And she say, okay, let's do your, necessary blood work and schedule your appointment and your procedure. I have to get a signature. And there are 18 states that still require that. Texas is one of them. You have to have so many children already, be of a certain age. If you are a childless woman, you cannot get a tubular at all. And if you're too young to get married, so maybe you're like 21, 22, and you decide you want your tubes tied, they will refuse that too. Can you believe this?
And these are laws written by men.
Talk about it, Ricky.
These can't be laws written by, she have a right to do whatever she decides to do with her body. And you're absolutely correct. Why can't he go get a vasectomy?
But see, he can go get a vasectomy without my signature, but I can't go get my tubes tied without his signature.
There's a law that need to be changed. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
It is absolute. And Ricky, I thought I was seeing things. I just knew I was looking up old research because there is no way that is still the law today. And I learned that still to this day. Now, it is at the discretion of the medical provider, but a lot of medical providers that are men believe, and it is written, they believe that women are fickle in their decision making and will most likely change their mind later or end up with a new spouse that wants children.
And if they are, so what? It's
their
body.
Absolutely.
So what if they're fickle?
Right.
I mean, just like they can tie the tubes, they can untie the tubes, right?
But sometimes they're reversible, but sometimes they're not. But the bigger point is, at what point do we take control of our body? And I'm not trying to be an ultra feminist, but I'm not telling my man what to do with his body. How do you tell me what to do with mine?
Absolutely. You're right about that.
I think
I'm with you.
Yeah, that's wild.
I digress. And I'm at that age where I'm considering, do you want more kids? What do you do? How do you make permanent, different decisions? Now, you can put an IUD in, you can do birth control, you can do all of that without your husband or significant other's consent. But tie your tubes.
But it is important, Eva, to talk to him about it, and y'all agree on that. But it's not cool for him to have to say no if you want to say yes. But
what if he wants you not to do it, but you want to do it? Then what do you do?
Then that's gonna be rough, because y'all married, and if somebody wants kids and somebody don't, that could possibly be a deal breaker for somebody. Like, that's a serious question to ask. But it has to be. I think it should be consensual. I think both people should figure out something, and either you gonna do it or you not.
That's
hard.
earlier on.
Yeah, before you get married.
Maybe.
But what if your husband's a cheater and he just be cheating and doing all kind of stuff, and you decided, you know what, I can't control you, but I can control me.
You need to get a divorce then. If you're going to take that away from him, if that's something he wants, then you need to let him know that and give him the option if he want to get out of the situation.
But I think we're missing the point, though. The Bible said be fruitful and multiply.
Gary.
Okay, well, why you ain't got no damn Rickey Smiley? All right, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, man, listen. We got a special guest on this morning, man. She has been the voice and face of entertainment for over 30 years, man. And her new film, Wendy Williams, the movie, premieres on Lifetime this Saturday at 8/7 Central. Y'all, please welcome to the show the legendary Wendy Williams.
Thank you, Ricky. Good morning.
Wendy, good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you.
Hey, Wendy, first of all, I just want to say my condolences to you and your family for the loss of your dear, sweet, loving mother, who I absolutely loved and hugged at church. And thank you for sharing that story of our moment on your show. But she was so sweet, and and we're sorry for your loss.
Thank you. She lived a long, good, loving life.
Yeah. And we how you feeling
today? I feel wonderful. I'm sitting on the couch in my bedroom, looking high atop a beautiful day here in New York. The water, the boats going by, the traffic, the building.
Right. That's how you do it. Now, Wendy, now, what made you decide, to go ahead and do the movie?
Oh, well, I had to. First of all, because Lifetime asked, and anyone knows, with the power of Lifetime, you've got to be a part of the situation. Right. Also, our partnership has me as executive producer and approving of the script and things like that. And, of course, the storyline, because this is my story. I never thought that my life would go off the rail and then get back on, where I had the nerve to want to put it on TV. But I have that nerve. Wow. And it's really quite a story. When I watch it myself, because I have watched the movie. I said originally I wasn't going to watch it until, it comes on, but I have watched it out of my own curiosity, seeing the commercials tease it. I was like, who is that? Oh my gosh, that's me. All right, let me watch.
Wendy, you know what? What's up, Wendy? It's Brad. How you?
Brad? I was just talking about you literally yesterday, saying, no. I was saying in the best way that you were one of my favorite people.
Oh
that
my God,
the amount of growth. I was talking about growth in people, and I said there are people that I can think of off the top of my head, and I stuck so long at you that I didn't get a chance to talk to anybody else.
Oh, man, thank you. I was just getting ready to tell you, it's so crazy how we all felt like you hated us, all the artists, because you always talk so bad about everybody, and everybody was scared to come to you, to how we just love and adore you now, and we rooting for you. We be ready to really mess somebody up if they say something, bad about you. We really don't play that over here. And genuinely, we love you and we rooting for you and we proud of you. And I cannot wait. I don't get excited to watch TV, but I cannot wait to see this because it's your story and you're telling it.
Hey, Brett,
and you open,
we sit there and watch Wendy Williams while we get our makeup done for Dish Nation. Wendy, we sit there and watch your show every day.
Yes.
Every day. I'm sitting here talking to you while I'm getting my bed changed by the service. The service is here.
All right.
Hey.
So, Wendy, what do you think made you take abuse for so long? Because you discussed mental abuse and the controlling you dealt with for like 20 years.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Well, Brett, you're no stranger, and you're a smart woman, and I'm sure that you saw glimpses of some stress or you heard things. I took it because I loved myself more than I loved him, and I took it because I knew ultimately if I planned accordingly and did it myself, I didn't call my mother and father and ask for anything other than buy my property in Florida for $1. Buy it from me. Don't ask me.
Yes.
You either ride with me and you'll come out bigger on the other side with me, or you sit over there and I'll come back and get you when it's all done. What made me
know
take
that's
this
right.
is because every year of my career has gotten better. I mean, I was already big and known and syndicated out of this country, and I was on in Japan and Germany, and I was syndicated in some great cities here in this country, and I owned New York, and so when Kelvin and I met, he already knew who I was.
You gonna keep calling him Kelvin?
That's his government name.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a joke because I heard you say it on the show, and I thought you were. Okay.
No, you know what? His mother named him Kelvin, and we named our son Kevin because Kevin didn't like the name Kelvin, and everybody called him Kev or Big Kev, and then it was Little Kevin, Big Kev, and now my son Kevin is just my young man Kevin. And then there's Kelvin.
I love it.
And I still have love for Kelvin, not just because he's Kevin's father, but because he really does have some great potential. And I saw something in him that I never saw in anybody that I had dated prior. And I did a lot of dating. I didn't say screwing around, but I did a lot of dating. By the way, there's sex in the movie.
Yes, there is. Speaking of the movie, I watched the movie, Wendy. This is your girl, Eva Marcille. And I have been a fan for years since you've been on the radio. I used to be terrified to do my interviews with you because I did not know what you were going to say and who you were going to liken me to this week. But like Brad said, we root for you. We love you. We adore you. I watched your story. I am even more of a fan now. I want to know, what was the first thing you did, not what we saw like on social media, but the first thing you did when your divorce was finalized to celebrate?
I was in a car service. My attorney firm, they had a different car service than me. And I was in there with my now manager, Bernie Young. And Bernie is older and wiser and like the uncle that everybody should have, but the manager everybody needs. And he was just there for support. I could have gone out and I'd actually bought some caviar in the car service. And
love her caviar.
I always have it, and now I'm just to the point where I put it. I dip my Doritos, my Cheetos. That's no lie. Onion. So I said I could open this caviar, or I can be. I said, Bernie, help me. This all turned out the way I planned. And it was a beautiful sunny day in the city where I got it. My divorce finalized, and I pulled up to a hot dog stand and got out of the car myself and ordered 2 dirty dogs from the car, and got the works put on them and signed my autograph on the people there. They didn't even speak English, the owners of the truck, and I signed, and I was just so happy. I said, Bernie, I could be anywhere doing anything with what I have, financially speaking, and all I want is a dirty dog.
Right.
And a race car to my apartment.
Small things.
So, Wendy, now I watch the show. This is Gary with the T. Now I watch every single day. I missed yesterday because the governor was talking, so they exempt you, so we get a chance to watch it. But now the film, it covers your health, Wendy. So how are you doing? Because I watched the show that day when you passed out and what have you. I didn't know if it was real or not. So how's everything going with the Graves' disease and all the stuff that you've been suffering from?
a lot of people thought that I was faking that, including Kelvin, who was upstairs in his office. And he didn't have the TV on. You know, he was, I guess, you know, chilling with his boys or getting his hair cut or looking at new sneaker delivery or, you know, finding out what Dior has that's new. And somebody raced up the steps to his office and banged on the door and said, Wendy's passed out. And because of New York laws and union and whatnot, nobody could touch me to pick me up. I didn't fake it. I was overheated in my costume. You know, when you dress as Lady Liberty, she looks draped in material from the outside, but on the inside, I had so many corsets going on, and I did not want to drink a whole bunch of water prior because I did not want to have to go to the bathroom, you know?
Right.
And you know, I'm already... you know, I've got the big boobs. No, it wasn't my boobs. No, it wasn't my thyroid. No, you know, it wasn't anything. It was dehydration, and the paramedics and the doctors afterwards, you know, for my checkup, verified to me something startling. They said, you have the lowest vitamin D that we've ever seen in any patient ever. And I said, well, what does that mean? I mean, I don't go out in the sun anymore because, you know, I grew up on the Jersey Shore getting baked with iodine, baby oil, you know, the reflecting things. You know, I was a sun goddess. And as I've gotten older, you know, the sun creates lines and wrinkles and also creates moles and other things that you don't want. So I said, but so what? What are you talking about? Right. And so I was very low. I got a prescription grade vitamin D. And I just, you know, I was also overwhelmed. You know, every day those double doors open, I just get overwhelmed knowing that millions of people are keeping me on TV and doing what I was born to do and that I love doing. I love it.
Right. Now, what are one of the things that you wish fans walk away after watching the movie? What they walk away knowing after watching the movie?
From the personal side, watch how many children that you have and watch what you do with your body. And, you know, having kids at 19, that was back in the day when we were dying at 33. You know, now we live to be 100. Take care of your health on the personal side. If you can't have a conversation with your doctor about your partner screwing around and give you the full panel of STD tests, then you're not going to the right doctor, and you also need to loosen up, you know, and because it's life or death out here. And this is before Corona, and it will be after Corona. Professionally speaking, always have the right team of lawyers. And every lawyer can't do everything for you. The lawyer to look over your entertainment contract, Brett, you know, is not the same lawyer to look over the closing on your house.
Wendy. Right, that's right.
You know, and both those lawyers are not the lawyer to look over the closing of your marriage, particularly if you're married for 20 or 21 years and you're the breadwinner, and you know, and you have a 20-year-old child to take care of. And thank God I didn't have any more children. I took care of that myself because I believe that a woman should do what she wants with her body, and no man, not your father or your husband, has the right to tell you different. Oh, and I also believe that marriage is not for everyone. But marriage is still the holy grail of a loving relationship. And Brat, by the way, I love the car that your girl got you.
Thank you. We all know that car.
I'm telling you, Wendy, thank you so much for joining us today. Everybody make sure that you check out Wendy Williams, the movie, this Saturday at 8/7 Central, followed by the Tell All documentary at 10/9 Central on Lifetime. Thank you so much for coming on, Wendy. You're welcome to come on this show anytime. You know we love you over here.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day.
Hey, you too. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Wendy Williams. Yeah. Morning Show coming up.
News headlines.
Entertainment. Sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, the time right now is 27 minutes. 27 after the hour, y'all. The segment's being brought to you by My Computer Career. Family, if you don't absolutely love what you do, make sure you go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today and become an information technology professional in as little as 4 months. That's right, y'all. That's mycomputercareer.edu. Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and happy Wednesday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcille, here with a quick look at your front page news. So January has been the deadliest month yet for the coronavirus, with more than 79,000 reported deaths. In his briefing yesterday, President Biden promised states that they would see an increase in vaccination distribution over the next 3 weeks. Biden hopes to make vaccines available to all Americans by late summer or early fall. President Biden also signed several executive orders outlining his administration's plan to tackle racial disparities in the U.S. So some of the orders will address racial inequities in housing and for-profit prisons, as well as provide protection for Native and Asian Americans who have come under increased attacks within the last 4 years under the last administration. Now, in other news, nearly all Republican senators voted in favor of not holding a trial to impeach President Trump, arguing that the Senate cannot try a former president, which is a sign that the conviction will probably not happen. Now, in other news, the Capitol Police have apologized for failing to prevent the Capitol riot, admitting that the agency had known that there was a strong potential for violence and was slow to act. Now, more information is coming out about this teen, Ricky, that we've been talking about out of Indianapolis, who killed 5 of his family members. So news outlets report that the 17-year-old shot and killed his family after getting upset when his father punished him for leaving the house without permission. We will definitely keep you updated on this story. Last but not least, a congratulations is in order to the young, the beautiful, the breakout star, the inauguration, the poet Amanda Gorman. Amanda just signed a deal with the huge modeling agency, IMG Models, and has just announced that she'll be a part of the Super Bowl pre-game festivities, Ricky.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Exciting.
All right. That's so exciting. All right. Well, that was a quick look at your head. Yes, sir.
You know, they're talking about the vaccines and stuff, how to get them out, man. I just came up with a good way I can have everybody vaccinated in 3 days.
How?
We're going to put the vaccine shots in Chick-fil-A drive-thru.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Super Day. Talk to me.
I like it.
Super Day. When they get the job done.
I'll be the first one to get it.
Yes, sir. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Here's your vaccine shot. Praise God. Fret not thyself, because the evildoers, for they soon shall be cut off, and trust thyself in the Lord. Have a nice day, sir.
Hallelujah.
Here's your nuggets.
All right now. Rock T, what is going on in sports?
Well, there's a rumor that the Houston Texans are allegedly accepting trade offers for their quarterback Deshaun Watson. Ooh-wee, if this is true, man, I'm going to follow this story and keep y'all posted on that. Got some sad news. Sekou Smith, longtime NBA reporter and TV analyst, died yesterday after a battle with COVID-19. He was 48. He went to Jackson State University. He was one of those reporters that all players, coaches loved. Rest in heaven. He was a staple on NBA TV. Last but not least, man, definitely want to shout out to Coach Mike Boynton and the Oklahoma State men's basketball team, man. They hooked up to homie D. Mitchell, a young brother who nearly gave up on his dream of playing college basketball after his mom lost her job due to COVID-19 and the pandemic. And as a full-time student, he started working 40 hours a week at Walmart, 15 hours taking classes, 6 a.m. basketball workouts. He is a junior at Oklahoma State. They surprised him at his job and awarded him with a full scholarship to come back for his senior year, man. So big ups to Oklahoma State for doing that little kind gesture for D. Mitchell. You can see the video on my Instagram at RockTHolla. That's all I got for sports right now. What up? There, bringing it
Hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and
Miss Hot Spot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, Rick's About the Morning Show, 29 before the top of the hour. Y'all time for the hot spot. What up, Brett?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brett Tat Tat, and this is the Hot Spot, where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into this thing. T.I. has been accused of holding a gun to one of Tiny's friends' head. According to the Shade Room, Sabrina Peterson of the Glad University wrote on Instagram, "The sad part about being a woman is being a black woman is this." She said, "The public praises our predators. At Troubleman 31, you get a gun. You put a gun to my head in front of children, and I never called the police flex on you. Now, T.I.'s wife, Tiny, ain't trying to hear that. She posted clips of videos that highlighted two young men, seemingly Sabrina's sons, picture with T.I., and she wrote, hold up. So you want your abuser to train your sons? He was just uncle 2 years ago. Now, when did you say my husband assaulted you? Did you change your mind or change it back? What up with you today, Pooh? I'm confused. She said, stop harassing my family. You strange. Everybody know you been special. Face slicing seminar, lady. Please get help, but leave us alone. Man.
See?
People
man,
is crazy. Where did this come from? Yeah, somebody done got mad.
Yeah,
Where did this come from? And you start making up stuff. What is you talking about, lady? Please leave these people alone. Please go on with yourself,
Well, if
honey.
you would have did that, you'd have got arrested for that.
Right. So, okay, so why are you bringing it up now? You didn't handle it then.
Thank you.
You didn't call the police. You said you didn't. Exactly.
And if
you didn't tell anyone.
And if you continue to mentor your sons after that, then what happened?
What are you talking about? You know what? We're going to wrap up the hot spot right there. Baffled and confused.
Don't let the devil steal your joy.
Don't let the devil steal my joy.
You go right on.
You sure don't let him use me now. My time running out.
When Peter took his eyes off of Jesus, he began to sing. You go
and
on.
who turned to a pillar of salt when they look back? Well, daytime talk show hosts from the real, they had a lot of co-host shakeups. And after Amanda Seals left and Tamara Mowry left, and they added a few other people, Garcelle Bouvier and Solani Love said she wouldn't mind a few more changes, y'all. She said one person that she want to see on the show is Raven Simone as a co-host. I think that would be dope. Reuniting her with her former Cheetah Girls group mate Adrienne Bailon. She said Raven recently spoke on the possibility of joining the show, and she said there's always conversations to be had, but I'm going to stay true to what I've been setting goals toward and to focus on my skills as a director, a EP, and a creator. But I really like what I've learned in the industry, and I like to pass it along to people that are beginning. So we may see her on the show and we may not, but she's always doing big things. All right, there we go. Did I make it through? I made it. All right, y'all. Coming up next, we got Chef Kurt Boutreau with them quarantine cuisines, and we got the praise mix down. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, this is about that time, man. It is quarantine cooking with the one and only Chef Kurt Boudreaux.
What's up, people? How y'all doing this morning?
Kurt, man, it's glad to have you live in the studio, man. Listen, man, I mean, we've been talking about food all week.
Yes, sir.
Man, so yesterday, man, listen. You know what, man? Tell everybody, man, because everybody want to take a steak and throw some seasoning on it and put it on the grill. Teach people how to make a good, juicy steak. It's simple.
Well, first all you got to do is
let
your steak get room temp. Just some simple salt and pepper, maybe a little garlic powder. That's it. And you can make your little butter sauce, or you can throw a little.
Now, how you make the butter sauce?
Just some butter, fresh garlic, and some parsley. That's it.
Butter, fresh garlic, and parsley. And then you do what?
You just baste the steak with it, and then let it rest.
Okay. And how long do you cook the steak?
Well, depending on the thickness, you can go anywhere from 3 minutes to each side.
3 minutes to each side. Mm-hmm. And then the little butter sauce, you turn the skillet sideways, and you take that spoon and dip that sauce brat and pour it back onto the steak.
There you go.
And you say parsley, fresh garlic, and butter. Mm-hmm. Right. And then, so what is the purpose of letting the steak rest?
Well, because if you cut it, the thing is to seal the juices inside the steak. So if you cut it soon as it comes out of the pan,
right,
all your juices is all over your plate.
Right.
So you want to let it rest so those juices can go back into the meat, because meat tightens up when you frying it. So it relaxes once you take it out of the skillet and let it.
Dang.
Okay, Kurt, teach me.
Science of steak.
And how do you do the baked potato that you did? Now, what is the stuff on the outside you always put on your baked potatoes? Because your baked potato is the best.
I just basically use kosher salt. I clean the potato really, really good. Dry it off. Use a little olive oil. Come back with your kosher salt. Roll it in your foil.
Roll that baby up like a blunt.
That's it.
And you let it bake.
Do you poke it with a fork?
No, you don't. Never do.
And tell her why.
Really?
The potato's already dry. Right. You're going to just dry out the skin and everything. All your moisture is gone. So you don't want to do that.
Today, Chef.
See, any question? You have any cooking? I mean, this is really good. Really good to
Yes,
have
it's
you in the
great.
studio like this. Like, because everybody likes steak and potatoes. And what's another a side that you would recommend to put with the steak and potato?
I mean, if you're a vegetable type of person, I know Rick don't really care for vegetables. He's a salad man. So if you like asparagus or broccoli or any kind of green, it is really much more healthier for you than any other vegetable.
And same kind of butter sauce.
Yes, sir.
Fresh garlic.
Mm-hmm. You can just blanch it. Really, you can just blanch it.
Come on, blanch it.
Yeah.
Hold up, Devereaux.
Well, blanching.
Thank you for being
Now what is
Come on, Brad.
I don't think you're talking about that blanch.
Not Devereaux. I was about to call him over.
Now what kind of blanch? What does blanch mean?
Well, blanch means you want to bring your water to a boil, and then you add in your salt. And what that does is keep your greens green. Because you know that sometimes asparagus or broccoli are turned brown.
Right.
That's only because they haven't been blanched. They either been roasted or they've been just cooked in some butter or something, and it starts turning the color.
You should start teaching
I'm
the
about to
class,
blanch
Kurt.
something today.
Come on now.
Hey man, I do a couple of tutorials, man. I try to do those, but yeah, I can do that, man. There ain't no problem.
Yeah, and Kurt, let everybody know how you can be reached.
Oh, hey man. Well, first of all, you can find that video that I didn't talk about.
Yeah, no, because that's just simple, baby. You know, we don't care what was in it.
Okay, all right. Well, you can follow your boy, man, at Chef Boudreaux Official, man, on all my social media, from Twitter to LinkedIn. It don't even matter.
There it is, y'all. One and only Chef Kurt Boudreaux.
Yes, sir.
More Rickey Smiley coming up.
Yo, what up? This your boy, Chef Boudreaux, man. Today, I'm about to hit you with some French cuisine because I've been watching social media and everything, and a lot of times I get inspired by people, and as well I get inspired by dishes that I make. So, I've been watching this dude Swag for a while. Everybody been watching him. Y'all already know who he is. His name is Really B. Y'all already know where the money reside guy, right? So, he always say about Mary Had a Little Lamb. So this is what Chef Boudreaux about to do. He about to make some Mary Had a Little Lamb chops. So, and we're going to char off some kale to go on side with that. We're not going to really do too many sides because the lamb is going to be the star of the show. So, what we have right here to start this off with the sauce, because he gonna be dripping. This dude is already dripping because he got the sauce. How you gonna make lamb without sauce? Come on, man. So I got some shallots right here. Of course, I have the lamb that I seasoned with just some salt, pepper, and some garlic powder. I have a Bordeaux wine that I'm actually gonna make a Bordelaise sauce with that. The basic Bordelaise sauce is gonna be your Bordeaux wine, your stock, but this one has bone marrow in it. Usually they use real bone marrow, but since this one has bone marrow in it, we're gonna reduce it down. So we're gonna put this in here like this, and let that start coming to a boil. And then we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit of this butter, because this butter is gonna come back on the end. So we're gonna throw this in there like this. And then we're going to take and saute these shallots, all right? Now, I also have some bay leaf. Bay leaf going to go in there, and usually I use fresh thyme, but I thought I had time, but I don't have time. I don't know how that makes sense. But anyway, so we're going to saute this a little bit, then we're going to pour that wine on. Now, we're going to let this all reduce down. The wine, the stock, and all that stuff, and we're going to bring all these flavors together. You can smell those shallots right there. And what I'm going to do here, we're going to add some grapeseed oil to this pan right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to sear this lamb off. Alright? We're going to do this for about a minute or two on this. Alright? I got these shallots going. Now, I'm about to add Bordeaux wine. And we're going to let this reduce all the way down. So we're going to crank this up. And then we're going to add these bay leaves in there. And we're going to add some thyme. Probably about half a tablespoon. All right. Usually, like I say, I use first time, but I was out of time, so I ain't got no time. But I'm gonna let this go ahead on and reduce. We already letting this reduce the stock with the bone marrow. So we're gonna put these flavors together. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna put this lamb fat down, bone up in this hot pan. There we go. So we're gonna let that sear off real good. And I wasn't watching. So that should have been turned up a little bit more, but that's okay. I just cranked it up. So we're going to get these flavors marinating. Alright? We need that all hot. Don't worry about it popping. You just stay out the way. Camera lady, because I don't want nobody. These talking about they need to go to the hospital. Alright? So, we moving stuff out the way. We cleaning up. Because I got this freshly washed kale over here. We got the onion. I got some fresh fried bacon bits. And I'm going to use this bacon fat. We're going to put all this together. This is rich cuisine, French style. This is what we're doing, folks. And I think we got a nice sear on this lamb. Let's flip over, see what's happening. Oh, yeah. Now what we're going to do is we're going to try to stand this bad boy right up like this. And let it sear on that side. We're just going to hold it. What I'm going to do right here, I got some flour and some butter. So all I'm going to take is I'm going to mash this together. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this to this stock right here. And what that's going to do is going to create just a little bit of a thickness. So when I add it to this, I'm going to let it reduce down some more. And I'm telling you, boy, this is going to be some good eat, man. I'm telling you, Chef Boudreaux will be getting it in. All right? Look at that. That's weight. I guess what we're going to do, we're going to sear it on this side too. We're going to sear it on all sides. Now lamb, as you can see, is not that big. It's not like a rib roast or a rib rack roast or whatever like that. So you want to be careful because you don't want to overcook this. Because lamb is not good overcooked. But you want to sear all those sides. Look at that. See, that's a nice sear on all the sides. And what I'm going to do right here is we're going to take, matter of fact, just hold tight for a second. Now we're going to put this right there like that. And we're going to grab this pan right here, and we're going to put this on this pan, and we're going to finish this in the oven at 350 for maybe about 20 to 30 minutes. It should be higher than that, but I'm going to let this slow cook because I want to do this right. But actually, you can bump it up to 400. It won't hurt. Because as you can see, it's seared. But you want the loin to be all together because you don't want to slice this beforehand because that's when you make your lamb tough. There we go. Now we're about to put it right up on this here. Now we're going to put this in the oven. Let that do its thing. We're about to take this off. While that's still reducing, got the Bordeaux wine reducing. It's going to come almost all the way down. Look. This beef stock, this beef bone marrow stock and reduced down. So like I got right here, I got my butter flour mixture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this little by little. And I'm not going to whisk it in. I'm just going to shake the pan back and forth so it can get a little thick. That's all I'm going to do until it dissolves. And then what I'm going to do is once this thickens up, I'm going to add it to this. And then I'm going to strain it all out. See, as you can see, it's cooking stuff right here. I got my skillet getting hot. Look, it's getting thicker and thicker. Look. See? That's what you want it to do. And it's going to dissolve, and it's going to dissolve more up in here. And then I'm about to char this kale off. I'm going to start with some bacon fat up in there. As a matter of fact, let me start right now. There we go. Then I'm going to saute. Matter of fact, I'm just going to let this get hot and char all that off and as much as I can. And then I'm going to hit it with the onion. Look at it, boy. It's thick already. Look at that. Boy, look at that. See, that's about to be good eating right there. We got my frying pan, my black skillet nice and hot. So what I'm going to do, I usually cut, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear these because they're going to wiggle down. We're going to chow all these off. High heat. Now what I just created right here is what you call a demi glaze, okay? Look, this is simmering down. I'm about to add it to this. And then I'm going to let it reduce just a little bit more. Alright? And then I'm going to strain it off. Look at that, boy. We're going to char that. Forgive me, I use my hands a lot. And yes, this kale is being cleaned. I'm going to let that simmer down. We're going to add just a little bit of that bacon fat up in there. This is rich cuisine, folks. Ooh, it's doing exactly what I wanted to do. My lamb is getting gravy up in here. Boy, it's about to go down, son. Getting that char, and I'm going to add a little bit of these onions. Work this to you. And I'm going to throw that bacon up in there, boy. Boy, that char is coming along. Look, there's no grease at all at the bottom or nothing. All in the kale. Just making that char. Look at that. We ain't gonna cook these too long. We just wanted to get that flavor. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and add a little salt. Fresh cracked black pepper. It's about to be some good eating up in here. It's your boy, man. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that, boy. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Now you can turn it down a little bit. Yeah. Now you're getting all the flavors to come out. A little bit more of that bacon fat, boy. I love that bacon fat. A little French and country boy together, I guess. Now this good thing about this black skillet, it's gonna stay hot for a good little while. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slide this, take it off of here, and put it right here on my cutting board. It ain't gonna burn it. It's all love. Now look, this is right where I need it to be. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that, boy. I'm about to strain this off right here. And then I'm going to put it back into this pot. Boy, look at that. I'm going to strain that off. Give me a little spoon. And make sure we get all that out of there. Yeah. See, that's how the French hide what they got in it. They sieve it all out. Alright, look at that sauce, boy. We're going to put it right back into that pan. Alright, we got this lamb done. I let this lamb cook at 350 for about 15 minutes. And then I crank that sucker up to at 400. And let it go for a total of 30 minutes or internal temperature of 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so I let this rest. I let this lamb rest for a minute. I'm going to go ahead on and use my trusted knife. Shout out to Loretta, Big Mama, and Dewana for this nice knife. We're going to see how this works. We're going to slice into this lamb real quick. See what it do. See, we got to go through this bone. Boy, this a treacherous bone right here. There we go. Oh, that's a bone right there. I got to look at this. There we go. There we go. That, boy, look at that. That's going to be some good eating right there. I'm going to lay this down right here. We're going to take these chops. First, I'm going to take a little bit of this butter because I still got just a little bit of that butter. Just going to swish and swash this around until it melts. Look at it. It's already going to coat the spoon. I can tell you that's red now. But look at this lamb, though. Look at this lamb. Look at this lamb. See? That's right where it need to be. Right where it need to be. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So we're going to let this lamb drip. All right. So now we're going to take this charred kale. We're going to put this bad boy right up here on this plate. Man, y'all better get ready. I wish y'all had smell-o-vision. You know what? What we gonna do? We're gonna move this to the side. We're gonna lay these chops right on top of this right chill. Yay. Matter of fact, let me do this one like this. I want the feature presentation. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's good eating right there, boy. Hey, now, for the dripping sauce, we need something to drip with. I'm a spoon. There we go. See, that's my chef secret. The sauce gotta coat the spoon. If your sauce don't coat the spoon, it ain't a sauce. Your sauce supposed to look like this. And if it don't coat the spoon, you ain't got no sauce. You know what I forgot? I forgot just to add a little bit of salt and pepper up in this thing and put my spoon right there. A little bit. Because all you need, all your seasoning is on your lamb. There you go. A little swish and swashy real quick. Little swish and swashy. Then we're going to do the drip. Oh, man. Boy, you better get out of here with all that. You better get out of here with all that, man. Look at that. Man, look at that. That's good eating right there. Look at that. Huh? What? Huh? Like I said, man. Shout out to Relly B. Y'all already know who he is. Where the money resides. This is Mary had little lamb chops. Ow! This is Chef Boudreaux, man. You know what? I guess I should taste it, huh? I tell you what. Do what we do. I'm going to go ahead on slice one. Just so I can taste. Because I don't want to mess up my presentation. Get a little bit of this sauce on there. Just a little bit. Just so I can taste it. What? But a who? What a what? Man, this your boy Chef Boudreaux, baby. You can follow me on my YouTube channel or all my social media. Chef Boudreaux Official. You can find this video on Rickey Smiley Official. Man, I tell you, this is some good eating right here. And I have to be honest, I'm not really a fan of lamb, but I'm a fan of this right chip. I'm telling you. This is your boy Chef Boudreaux, man. And I'm out.
Okay, so I have no idea what I did proper in my past life to deserve all the blessings that I get in this life. But I must say, God is, as my friend says often, not only a genius, but a comedian. And having kind of a difficult day, as we all do, because life is life, right? And I get home and I see mail and bills and life. And to my husband, I said, babe, you got a package. And he said, it's for you. And I opened it up. And my day has become so bright through the rain and through the fog. That is right. I have the one and the only the pandemic experience, that the live global broadcast. And I know it's a lot of really cool millennials that follow me, but I'm an old school old head, and I have, we got like 4 or 5 record players in the house. So I have it on vinyl. I think I'm gonna bring the record player into the tub with me and take a bath. Thank you so much, Toby, the entire gang, Luke, Michael, all of y'all, Fat Cat, every single one of y'all. I love y'all. I adore you. Thank you so much for thinking of me. You have no idea how much this means to me. Thank you for making this little black girl smile. Oh, you bought it?
I ordered it on December the 7th. It was supposed to be a Christmas gift.
About this whole power book, this ghost power book. She talking about when the season start back, that's probably when they're gonna bring ghosts back. What kind of science fiction, unreality shit is this? This nigga done been dead for 9 episodes. How you gonna bring a nigga back that's been dead for 9 episodes? How you gonna explain that shit? What happened? The nigga, he rose up from the grave, this nigga Jesus? I'm just saying. There's no way in the hell, 50 Cent, you gonna bring ghosts back. I know Omari missed that paycheck, but shit, you can't bring ghosts back. Goddamn, Tariq is a star now. Tariq is his show. Let him and Tommy, do what they do, but you can bring Tommy back, because Tommy came back because he wasn't dead. Ghost is fucking dead. We all seen the nigga die. They took him away in the ambulance, put him in the morgue. We seen the nigga die. You cannot bring ghosts back and just try to, you can't just do that. Ain't nobody going for that shit. Ghost is dead. You can do that with white characters. You can't do that with black characters. Black people don't go for that coming back from the dead shit. We into the Bible game a little bit too much. We ain't going for that. Oh, he wasn't really dead. Nigga, what is this? What the fuck is you trying to do some Luke Cage shit or some science fiction Marvel comics? This nigga dead. Let him stay dead. Just come up with a storyline that don't involve him coming back. Cause I swear to God, if you bring Ghost back and he been dead all this time and you bring his ass back and I gotta sit and watch. See, here's the problem. I ain't trying to watch this show with Ghost back on it. Because watching that show with Ghost on there put a lot of pressure on me. As a man, to watch the show with my wife, and every other scene, you got Ghost on there, getting out the bed with his drawers on, getting out the shower, drying off, banging somebody, showing all his back and shoulder muscles and abs and all that. Look, ain't nobody trying to see all that shit. I'm trying to enjoy the goddamn show with my wife, and I gotta look at this nigga. Perfect body ass. Nice beard and shit. I don't want to see that shit. Let that nigga stay dead. I'm telling you, 50, don't do this shit, man. For all the players out here, don't do this, 50. We dealt with that shit for 4 seasons. Now you finally killed this nigga off. Let him stay dead. He is not Jesus.